Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome to a new experiment video of mine where I've taken all the clubs in England and swapped their reputation around and simulated 50 seasons to see what effect this will have in the long term on all the clubs in the English divisions here. For the sake of the experiment, I included the top six divisions in the experiment. I didn't include any team below the sixth division, so sorry to anyone who is a fan of any of those teams. But as you can see here, first of all, from the list of reputation of the English clubs, there's a few new boys at the top of the list here. Cheshunt are the new highest rated team in terms of reputation with 5 stars. And you've got Peterborough Sports, Farnborough and Taunton, all at 4.5-star reputation there. And you also got the likes of Banbury, Buxton and Scarborough Athletic with 4-star reputation and continental in their worldwide reach as well. If you look at the former teams who are top of this list, the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, etc. You've got to scroll down a long way to see them. You can see there, you can see Man City are actually the lowest rated team in the top 6 divisions now with a 1-star reputation. Below such teams such as Ilkeston, Hyde, Horsham, Hastings, etc. And also down here, you got Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, etc. I swapped around the entirety of the 6th division teams as a reputation, and hopefully it'll be quite interesting. I'm going to simulate one season first of all, so I want to see, does the entire team just reset back to normal, or would it go like this for a while at least? And hopefully we can see some of these boys up into in the Premier League and, well, maybe even the Champions League and beyond in the 50 years experiment here. I'm sure some clubs like Man City, Man United might recover, but will any clubs be deleted, shall we say, and just go completely off the boil? We actually look at the England national team now. The major clubs are looking a lot different, of course, and you look at the top players: Harry Kane, Foden, Sterling, Grealish, Walker, Rice. None of those have been playing at any of these teams here. So what will happen? Will the likes of Man City, Chelsea, etc., will they be able to attract any big names with such poor reputation? And will the likes of Cheshunt, Peterborough Sports attract some big names with such a big reputation of playing in the 6th division? I haven't swapped anything else about the teams, nothing to do with their finances, nothing to do with their facilities, just purely the reputation to see how much of a difference it will make. But anyway, let's go forward to one season and see what will happen. So after one season, thankfully, there's not too much changes in terms of the top of the list here. Interestingly, though, there's no 5-star reputation team anymore because Cheshunt have gone down to 4.5-star. And now there's only 2 4.5-star teams, which is Cheshunt and Peterborough Sports. Farnborough have been promoted, it seems, back to the Vanilla National League. They're 4-star still now, though. So it seems like the teams at the top are going down in reputation, which does make sense. Let's be honest, they're all playing in the 6th and 5th tier here in the top of the list here. What about the big Premier League clubs? Anyone made a little bit of a climb up? Well, Solihull Moors are 2.5 stars now. They must have been just promoted, though. Interestingly, the highest ranked Premier League club in terms of reputation is Liverpool. They've doubled their reputation in just a year. They've gone from 1 star to 2 stars, so already a massive jump from them. No other team there. Well, a couple of teams up to 1.5 star. You've got Man City and Arsenal both up to 1.5 star already as well. So already the big boys are trying to make a climb. West Ham, interestingly, 1.5 star. Aston Villa, 1.5 star as well. Well, scroll down a long way, and interestingly enough, the lowest ranked team in the top 6 leagues, according to reputation now, is Newcastle, funnily enough. So they're down there, the new big boys in terms of finances in the world. Palace are down in the Championship, 1 star still, so they're struggling. Nottingham Forest, Fulham as well, Everton, Burnley, Brighton. So not much changes after season 1. It's good that it hasn't been, because I didn't want it to be just reset and all the clubs to go back to their same reputation. So it seems like it's going to make a little bit of an effect to the teams in this experiment here. So very, very interesting. Some teams have dropped down, the likes of Kettering there, Slough, Tonbridge and Oxford City, all down to 1 star. So if you fall out the top 6 tiers, then you are screwed, basically. So hopefully it doesn't happen to some of the big Premier League clubs. Or hopefully it does happen. We shall see. Anyway, let's check out the Premier League first of all as well. I'm sure not too many big signings should have happened in the Premier League. Well, outgoings, yes. Bukayo Saka went to Real Madrid for 73 million. So he's left his boyhood club Arsenal, are now a 1-star reputation club. Kenneth Taylor went from Ajax to Man City. That is the biggest incoming to the league. 42 million that. Saying that Kenneth Taylor is not exactly a big name, not really a player you'd associate with Man City. I mean, he's an alright player, but for 42 million, it looks like they've gone downhill a little bit in just one season. Adnan Januzaj as well joined Arsenal, 26.5 million. But they're the 2 big signings of the last window there, so that's interesting. Aaron Hickey, Brentford to Liverpool to 16 million. Eze on to Arsenal, 15.75 million. So at the moment, the big clubs are not attracting the big names, which is understandable. Only really one big transfer from the Premier League, really, and that's Bukayo Saka, who's gone the other way to Real Madrid. So that's very interesting. I'm not really too interested in who wins the division at the moment. Of course, Liverpool did win the Premier League this coming season, but I'm interested to see how the reputation of the Premier League will fall over the coming season. At the moment, it's still top of the list, above the La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, etc. But will it remain top of the list? Well, now I'm going to fast forward things 10 seasons into the future. Let's see what other changes are here in the video. Well, before we get started with the team's 10 seasons deep, please remember that if you do like the video, to hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here and interested in seeing more content from me, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out. I'd much appreciate as well. So let's get started with the list then. 10 seasons deep. Who is now the top team in England? Is the big boys back to the top, you reckon? They are. But look at the reputation rating though. Well, it's getting a little bit more back to normality, you'd say. Man City and Liverpool, top two teams in the country. But our best reputation team now is 3.5 stars. It's not surprising we're saying it's Man City, but the fact that it's only 3.5 stars is surprising. So a lot of the non-league clubs have really fallen off, it seems. Liverpool, 3 stars as well. No team is reaching outside of the country, it seems. Only a national reputation, which is very interesting. I'm sure that will climb, though, over the coming seasons. Man City and Liverpool, well, they're already back to the top. Didn't take long really at all, did it? Didn't take long at all. Hungerford, Telford, Leamington and Hemel Hempstead make up the top 6 there. Interestingly enough, all 4 of them are playing in the 6th tier still. That's very interesting. Look at Buxton, though, by the way. 10 seasons deep, Buxton are up to the Championship. They're a 3-star reputation club, but they've had one hell of a rise, haven't they? Oh, my word. Look at them. 3 successive promotions early on there, and they're an established Championship team, and a team who are looking to get out of the Championship as well. Look at that. 9th, 4th, then 8th. So very interesting. Benny McCarthy, the manager as well. Who remembers him? He used to play for Blackburn, I believe. Yeah, it was Blackburn. Blackburn and West Ham. He's a good player, actually, Benny McCarthy. Anyway, what other teams are up here? Tottenham are up there, up to 3 stars as well. You've got Gloucester still in the 6th tier, though. Bradford, Park Avenue, 3 stars. Taunton are up in the Championship as well. That's very interesting. Concord are in the Championship. So some of these non-league clubs have really made their moves. No one can stay in the high reputation, but they really have made their move. Arsenal up here as well, 2.5 stars. That's interesting. My beloved Dover, 2.5 stars there as well. Man United are up there, 2.5 stars. A lot of non-league clubs who are climbing the leagues, it seems. Fleetwood, Wrexham are in the Premier Division. And Fleetwood are in the Premier Division as well. How did I miss that? Fleetwood and Wrexham are both in the Premier Division. Interesting. Rotherham are in the Premier League as well. Not quite as surprising as Wrexham, I guess. Or maybe it is, actually. Wrexham, all their money they got these days. Derby in the Premier League. What are some of the big clubs here? Let's look down at the bottom of the list. What teams have really took a massive hit with this reputation rating? Oh my word, well, look at Everton. Everton are down in League 2 now. Just 10 seasons in, Everton are in League 2. Still a 1-star reputation team. So Everton really need to bounce back. What on earth is going on there? Absolutely terrible. Look at that. Just a massive, massive fall from Everton there. Relegated. Couple of seasons in the Championship, relegated again, double relegation into League One. We've seen other clubs do this before, likes of Portsmouth, Bolton, Southampton, etc. But Everton, massive, massive club. Could this happen in real life? I doubt it could happen like this, but it could definitely fall in the Championship even this season. Their best player these days is Luca Collin, which is, he should not be playing in the League Two. Looking at him, to be honest with you, he's not really an Everton legend, you'd say, but he definitely should not be playing in League 2. He's already leaving the club. So Everton are really, really struggling. Any other teams down here really struggling? Obviously, Newcastle, the lowest rate team in the after one season there. Well, it seems Everton are the biggest strugglers of the video so far. Southampton are 1 star as well, though, but they're still in the Premier League. How bizarre is that? How is Southampton 1 star and still in the Premier League? What on earth is going on? They've stayed in the Premier League the entire time, but their reputation has just remained at 1 star. How bizarre is that? This video is taking a little bit of a turn here, it seems. Very, very strange. QPR in League 1, that's too surprising. Palace are struggling massively as well. They're 1 star and in League 2 along with Everton. So Crystal Palace and Everton are really struggling at the minute. Palace have, you'd say they've found some stability. They're not really getting relegated from League 2, but they're not really doing much else either, let's be honest. So, yeah, they're struggling massively. But Everton, well, they could be in whole heaps of trouble, really. Sheffield United in League 1. Bolton are in the National League North now these days, but they're really down to the National League, so not too surprising there. Aston Villa are still 1 star. We're in the Championship, so that's very surprising. Brighton are 1.5 star. But yeah, so Everton and Palace are the real strugglers of the video so far. And Man City, Liverpool back on top. But look at Buxton in the Championship. Look at Fleetwood as well. Look at who else is it? Wrexham in the Premier League as well. So, very interesting the video so far. Very, very interesting. Look at Wrexham as well, by the way. 5th in the league. Oh, my word. Just finished outside the Champions League places by goal difference over Chelsea. So, very, very surprising. Look at the top goal scorers in the division as well. All regens. I know it's 10 seasons deep. But Luke Williams for Hull. Kane Breen for Fleetwood. And then Jan Jensen for Liverpool. So what on earth is going on here? Bristol City in the Premier League as well. Fleetwood, of course. Sunderland. Rotherham. Hull. Wolves. Derby. The Premier League is looking very, very bizarre. It's down. Oh my word, look at this as well. Man City have absolutely dominated the Premier League. They've won it the last... Man City won the Premier League 7 seasons in a row now. The Premier League is down to 4th in reputation, which is not too surprising. It's rapidly taking a fall. It's only better than the League 1 in terms of the top 5 divisions now. Let's take a look at the transfers here. Well, the season after we left off there, Martinelli is another one. He left Arsenal, went to Bayern Munich for 76 million. The biggest incoming was Jared Bowen to Man City from West Ham, 58 million and a player exchange there. So not really too many players joining from foreign clubs. Obviously, Kulusevski joined Tottenham, but I think that's already sealed in real life anyway, to be honest with you. Yeah, no one's really joining the Premier League from outside, which is understandable with the reputation. Jesus left Arsenal as well. Arsenal just been absolutely dismantled, haven't they? He's gone to Juventus for 85 million. Still getting the big bucks, though. Havertz gone to Bayern Munich as well. Declan Rice went to Real Madrid. Edouard Mendy went to Inter Milan. You know, Ward-Prowse is the biggest incoming, and he went for Southampton Liverpool, 41.5 million. So very, very interesting this. Again, the theme is similar here. The theme is similar. No big stars are coming to the Premier League from outside. Mark Gahey went from Hertha Berlin to Liverpool, 39.5 million. But of course, he's not really a big star, and he starts in the Premier League with Palace, so he's just coming back. But there we go. Look, 2028 was one of the big names. Obviously, he's not a name we're familiar with because he's a regen, of course. Well, I think he is anyway. Yeah, he is. He is playing for Bayern Munich these days, though. Nikolai Nitescu went from PSG to Man City for 77 million. So in the season 2028, that seemed like the first big star came to the Premier League. Saying that, though, he's 24 now. He was, 20 or 19 then, so a bit of a potential star. He doesn't look like a very good player, though. And there he is again, top of the list in 2032. His outgoings, he's on a Bayern Munich for 126 million. So it seems like the Premier League is not the final destination for the world stars, which is completely understandable. The biggest signing to the Premier League, though, was Carlos Miranda for Bayer Leverkusen to Man United for 79 million. So we're slowly starting to see the big signings creep in again. What will happen after 25 seasons? So a big jump here, 25 seasons deep. Now what's happening? Is there a team with a higher reputation than 3.5 stars? I think there's going to be. There must be now. Man City must be. Wow, look at that. Back to a bit of normality we see here. Look, the top teams are all in the Premier League. Some bizarre teams here, though. We'll go through them now. But Man City back to 5-star worldwide reputation. So it didn't take them long to get back to where they belong, really, did it? Tottenham, second biggest club in the England now. Worldwide as well, 4.5 stars. So that's interesting. Then you've got Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal there. Man United, not too far behind, but not really quite reached the same heights as the other teams, which is a bit surprising. Liverpool 4-star, Chelsea and Arsenal 4-star as well. So the big clubs have all got back to the top, which is very interesting. But look at that. Fleetwood up there, 3.5 stars in the Premier League still. Bristol City, 3.5 stars as well. Sunderland, Wolves, West Ham up there. Blackburn, 3.5 stars as well. Any other strange teams here? Because some of these teams I'm familiar with. Wrexham, 3 stars still in the Premier League though. Barnsley in the Premier League as well. Crawley up to the Premier League these days. Worthing are in the Championship, 3-star reputation. Leeds not struggling too much, 3-star in the Championship. Same with Leicester, Southampton as well. Their reputation's climbed. Brighton, Concord are in the Championship, 2.5 stars. Rotherham remain in the Championship as well. Cheshunt, the highest reputation team at the start, 2.5 stars still. So not doing too shabby really. Cheshunt, 25 seasons deep, they're up to the Championship, so doing quite nicely actually. Bucks remain there as well. What about down the other end then? Palace are just spotted then. Palace are back to the Championship. Regional reputation, 2 stars. Not great, but something to build on. Where are Everton? That's what I want to know. Where are Everton? Well, Peterborough Sports have one hell of a drop-off. They obviously started off as the second highest rated team, I think, or the third highest rated. They're now out of the top 6 divisions and now 1 star. So what on earth happened there? I have no idea. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at them. Well, they got up to League One. It looked like it was going quite well, actually. Actually doing quite well in League One. Looked like I might be pushing for a championship, but then it went very, very downhill. Relegation. Then relegation again, back up, and then, yeah, they've just been deleted. So Peterborough Sports have not made the most of their opportunity, unfortunately, for them. I can't find Everton, though, to be honest with you. I might have to type, I think Everton, I'm sad to say, any Everton fans watching, Everton may have been deleted from the game here. They really have struggled. Not really too many surprising teams in here. You know, Wickham in the Vanarama National League. Obviously they're a League One team these days, pushing for Championship again. They've been in the Championship recent times, but not too surprising to see them in the National League, to be honest. Bolton, the National League as well, not too surprising. So no real big surprises here I can see. Maybe you can spot some things I can't spot here. Sheffield United, 2-star. In League One, though, we've seen them in there in recent times. Birmingham in League Two, 2 stars, a little bit surprising that. Charlton are in League One, not surprising at all. Preston in League Two. So at the bottom end, not really too many teams that have really, really struggled. Some of the teams are, starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Obviously, it's taken a long time. Anyway, where are Everton? That's what I want to know. Where are Everton? Look at that. You type up Everton. It's not even a top the top search anymore. Everton Devine. There's 5 things coming up before Everton, so that's definitely not a good sign. Yeah, Everton have been deleted there. It's good to know, though, Everton, if you lose your reputation, you literally got nothing. Nothing at all. They just had a massive, massive fall, haven't they? They've been out of it for a long time now. They finished 24th in 2044, so they look like they made a little comeback. But yeah, I don't think there's much hope for Everton now. After 10 seasons, they're already in the Van Arman National League North, so absolutely terrible. And look at that. Look at the facilities. They're still playing at a 52,000 stadium, though. The Bramley Moore Dock Stadium. They've got poor training facilities, poor youth facilities, no youth level at all. Fairly basic youth recruitment, so they're just gone absolutely downhill. Let's check out their best player these days as well. Their captain is John Rose. And this is a sorry state of affairs for Everton fans. Will they make a comeback, though, in season 50? I doubt it. Yeah, they're not going to make a comeback, are they? Let's be honest. Let's check out the Premier League then. What other strange teams are in the Premier League? Anyone I missed off there? What ranking are they now as well? Well, now the fifth best league. Tottenham won the league the last two seasons in a row. So it looks like it's stabilised at the 5th best league. Now, look, it's good news they ain't gone down anymore. Maybe they'll climb back up to the top 2, top 1 best league before 50 seasons up. Look at Man City, by the way. Man City just, with the other teams, the reputation, Man City just absolutely destroyed the league. Tottenham are now taking the throne off them. That's very interesting, though, isn't it? Man City won the league 20 seasons on the bounce. That is absolutely ridiculous. But you look at the top 6 now, it's looking, very much back to normal, as you can see. The top 6 are, 5 of the big 6 in these days, and West Ham. Man United down in 15th in the league, so they still are struggling a little bit, but at least they're in the Premier League. Other teams in the Premier League, well, you've got Bristol City and Crawley chasing for a Europa League place there. Sunderland, Borough as well, Wrexham, Fleetwood, Barnsley, Blackburn, Hull. Apart from you'd say Hull and Crawley. No, not Hull, sorry. Wrexham, Fleetwood and Crawley. Not too surprising teams in the Premier League there. Well, the Championship, though. Is there any really surprising team in the Championship? Well, in the Championship, you've got Worthing, who now just won the league, and now they're in the Premier League, of course. And Worthing up to the Premier League, very interesting. Concord as well, finishing 4th in the Championship. Buxton are still going strong in there. Cheshunt are still keeping quite well. Barnet in there as well. So still some interesting teams in about the places here. Crystal Palace are up to the Championship now. Barely in the Championship, but up to the Championship. What about the transfers then? The biggest incoming from this season just gone is Amorim from Hanover to Man City with 68 million. It come from Hanover, but 68 million is something. Bristol City were the biggest incoming the season before. João Bonifacio from Wolves for 59 million. It still looks like the Premier League is not completely back to its glory days. Obviously, it's a 5-star reputation. Saying that, though, in 2040, there was a £107 million signing for Vinicius Friedenreich from Real Betis. What a name that is, by the way. Vinicius Friedenreich. Still playing for Man City, and he's a very, very good player. £107 million well spent, it seems. So, slowly getting back to his glory days, but not quite. Anyway, let's check out the Champions League. Man City won the Premier League 20 seasons on the bounce, but did they do anything in the Champions League? They did. They won the Champions League actually back-to-back in 2040, and in 2040 there as well, Man City, and in 2034. So they won it 4 times, maybe more. Let's check. Well, up until the last 2 seasons, it seems like Man City was just by far the biggest Premier League club, the biggest English club by an absolute mile. 20 seasons on the bounce in the Premier League, and they won 4 Champions Leagues in that time as well. But the last 2 seasons, no Premier League title, no Champions League as well, after winning 2 back-to-back Champions Leagues. So that is interesting. Tottenham are not starting to make an appearance. What about the Europa League? Any team won the Europa League from England? No, not a single English club won the Premier League. Won the Europa League, sorry. Blackburn got to the final, though, in 2039. We lost to Wolfsburg. Arsenal, Liverpool got to the final as well. So, a couple of finals. What about the Europa Conference League? Rangers have won it. Obviously not English, it's Scottish. Sunderland have won it, though. Wolves have won it as well. Wolves won it twice, actually. So, in the Champions League, not much teams are doing much apart from Man City. Won it 4 times, but 50 seasons deep, going towards the end of the video now. Will it be completely back to normal? Will the Premier League be back to the top as well? Well, let's find out. Well, 50 seasons deep and already something very, very interesting. Not too surprising, but a bit surprising. Wolves with a 5-star reputation. Look at this though, 5 seasons deep. Look at all these worldwide reputation teams. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 clubs with a worldwide reputation now. So maybe this would even be a good thing for English football. In the long term, no idea. But you've also got 5 teams with a continental reputation. You've got Man City, Wolves, Liverpool, all with 5-star but worldwide. And you've got Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham and Sunderland with 4.5-star reputation. And you've got Crawley, Blackburn, Bristol City, Middlesbrough and Fleetwood with 4-star reputation. You've got Brighton, Fulham, Southampton there, Leeds in the Championship, West Ham, Cardiff. So the following pack is quite familiar as well. You know, Crawley done really well with his reputation switch here. Fleetwood as well, of course. Wrexham are down in the Championship with 3 stars. It seems like it's slowly starting to reset a little bit. Cheshunt is still doing strong though. 3-star reputation. Concord as well. Buxton 2.5 stars. So none of the real non-league clubs really made it to the big boys, but they did end up being strong Championship teams, a lot of them. So I think they'll definitely take that, to be honest with you. And who knows where they can go in the future. But in terms of the top teams, it's almost back to where it was when we started, to be honest. Apart from Wolves up there, 5-star reputation. Apart from Everton as well. Where at Everton, are they still deleted? Let's check out the lower teams and the reputation here as well. What other teams have been deleted effectively? Well, you have to scroll down a long way to find Everton these days. A long, long way. Accrington are struggling, but it's not really too surprising. Peterborough Sports. Look at that. Everton are a smaller club than the City of Liverpool FC, a club I've never heard of. I've heard of the City of Liverpool, of course, but City of Liverpool is a team. A nickname is the Perps. How very cool. And they're a bigger club in Liverpool these days than Everton, so wow, very interesting. Where are Everton? Bootle as well, isn't that where Jamie Carragher's from? I believe, anyway. Maybe I'm talking absolute nonsense. Where are Everton? Well, they've been deleted, haven't they? Completely deleted. Can we scroll down a long way here? Oh, look, I finally found them. Everton, almost, wow. Their obscure reputation, 0.5 star, just between Clevedon and Hales Owen. Poor Everton. Poor Everton. Been absolutely destroyed, haven't they? Yeah, they've just been effectively deleted from the game here, unfortunately. But very interesting. Their fierce rival is still Liverpool. They've got an other rival now of Tranmere. I don't know if that was there before. I'm sure it wasn't. How can Everton and Tranmere be rivals? I know they're local, but yeah, very, very interesting. Any other clubs down here, though? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Let's check out some of the other lower clubs. Obviously, Everton have really been destroyed. The only team who's been destroyed, I think, though. Yeah, familiar faces here down in this around National League South and North. Bristol Rovers in the National League South, but any big clubs, I mean. Any real big clubs. Well, Reading are down in League 2, 1.5 star. Birmingham are in League 2 with 2 stars. But the only real club that's really suffered here is Everton, it seems. Obviously, Crystal Palace suffered towards the start there, but now they seem to have climbed quite nicely in terms of reputation. Where are Palace, actually? Yeah, Palace are back to the Championship with 2.5 stars, so not really been too affected. They seem to make some sort of comeback, unlike Everton, who just got absolutely destroyed. So, very interesting. Let's check out the actual Premier League. Is it back on top these days? Lots of big clubs in the English football now, which is amazing. The top six has been dismantled and just been put together again, and some other clubs have just got in there. It's basically a top 8 now. So very interesting. Newcastle, where's Newcastle, by the way? Didn't see Newcastle. Oh, there they are. Newcastle in League 1 with 2.5 stars. So money can't get you everything, it seems. Anyways, check out the Premier League. Different to the early days as well. Lots of different clubs are winning the Premier League. Chelsea have won it recently this last season. Wolves as well. It seems like a big club these days, a massive club actually. Back to the top of reputation as well, by the way. Back to the top league in football again, which is very interesting. Man City won a couple of times. Liverpool a couple of times. Wolves won it a fair few times, actually. Arsenal won it a couple of times back in the 50s as well. So, almost back to normal, it seems. Almost back to normal. Arsenal experienced quite a bit of success in the late 40s, early 50s there. Man City is still doing really well. Man City is still the biggest club in the division, you'd say. What about transfers, though? Let's look at the transfers. Look at that. Fleetwood selling a player for $75 million to Marseille. Man United signed a player from Middlesbrough for $73 million. Look at that. Look at Fleetwood as well. Fleetwood selling a player called Matteo Duperville to Chelsea for £137 million. Absolutely ridiculous. Fleetwood again. Look at Fleetwood. Look at the money they're getting. Oh my word. To buy Leverkusen for £104 million. What on earth is happening? Man United signed a player from Lazio for 99 million. Man City signed a player from Lyon for 122 million. So yeah, it seems like it's almost completely back to normal here. Let's check out the Champions League finally. Let's see if any more clubs won the Champions League apart from Man City, of course. So up to season 25, only Man City have won it, and they won it 4 times. What about the Champions League? Did Wolves win the Champions League? Well, Man United have won it. Man City have won it again in recent times. Beat Arsenal in the final as well. Man City again. Man City won the Champions League a lot of times, it seems. A lot of times. No one's really made a dent in the Champions League, have they? Apart from Man City. They won it like 8 times. And Man United recently. Arsenal got to the final. Liverpool got to a final. Liverpool got to a couple of finals, actually. Man City got to a fair few finals as well. So Man City do like a Champions League final, it seems. Yeah, so not really any club has made a dent in the Champions League. So I wouldn't say the Premier League clubs are the biggest clubs in the world. Man City are probably up there for sure. But the other ones, not up there with the big boys like Real Madrid, Inter Milan, it seems, Bayer Leverkusen. What about the Europa League? Yeah, well, they're loving the Europa League in England, it seems. Chelsea won it twice. Well, the last 5 seasons have been won by a Premier League club. Man United twice, Chelsea twice, and Tottenham. Arsenal won it. Sunderland, Chelsea. Sunderland have won it loads of times, it seems. Yeah, so I reckon if we went forward another 50 years, then the English clubs will be back at the top of the of football. Crawley just won the Europa Conference League, by the way. Beat Austria Vienna in the final. Crawley won it twice. Crawley loved the Europa Conference League. Tottenham won it as well. Wolves, West Ham, Blackburn, Sunderland again. Sunderland, a really big club these days, it seems. Blackburn got to a couple of finals as well. Fleetwood in the final as well. Surprised Fleetwood didn't win anything big because the amount of money they was getting for some of their sales there is crazy. But anyway, that is the end of the video, guys. It's been quite enjoyable, if I say so myself. Everton, well, they did not do too well. But at the end of the video, 50 seasons deep, some interesting results there. The big clubs are almost back to the top of the game. The Champions League, it's been a bit iffy, you could say, but Man City have won it a fair few times. There's a lot of big reputation clubs in the country now, and back to being the biggest league in the world as well, which is great. But yeah, very interesting. I really enjoyed that. If you did enjoy this video, remember to hit that like button for me. And also, if you're interested in seeing more videos like this as well, do let me know. Hit that subscribe button. It'd really help me out, and you much appreciate it as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.